because although I think Kanye is on the right track, he's not articulating himself well enough. He's not controlling his public narrative. So when I do interviews like this or any interview,
powerful, doing what they do in secret.
Holy shit. Did somebody write that for her? Or was that actually insightful commentary by June about where conspiracies and shit come from?
of his thoughts. I appreciate the fact that he was the first black man since Michael Jackson to speak truth to power, to specifically identify certain communities of Europeans who have exploited gangster rap, black entertainers, and other people, and nobody has called them out. He's the first to do it since Michael Jackson. But when Michael did it, he wasn't in his prime. Kanye did it in his prime.
I can't give Kanye no respect because I've never seen a black man seek more white validation than Kanye was.
Well, that's the issue.
That is one of the most self-hating black men on the planet.
Kanye is not choosing a side. One day, it's about saving our people. The next day, you on a date with another snow bunny. One day, it's about helping the oppressed. The next day, you're campaigning for Donald Trump. One day, it's about being independent. The next day, I'm hearing about you going into business with some white man. Make up your mind. I think Kanye is trying to figure out where he is. But he got to make up his mind because you're too helter-skelter. And at this point, I'm going to be honest with you. Although I appreciate Kanye's honesty, I think most of his agenda is about Kanye. And I'm going to say that because when I look at our black billionaire class, whether it's Kanye, whether it's Oprah, whether it's Jay-Z,
he's not in that class
whether it's Tyler Perry, even if he's no longer in that class, none of them, LeBron, Puffy, none of them have built an independent black institution for the black community anywhere in this country. Not one. Not one.
How many lashes would Kanye get?
Kanye would probably get... I'm still working on Kanye lash count because I want to see where he ends up. I need him to make up his mind and then stay there.
Okay.
And I need him to be a little bit more articulate with what he says because although I think Kanye is on the right track, he's not articulating himself well enough. He's not controlling his public narrative. So when I do interviews like this or any interview, I go out of my way to be careful with my wording so nobody can try to use it against me later. You have to try to control your narrative, and he will get on a platform and say some things that he may not even believe just for the shock value, and you're now giving the media the opportunity to brand you something that you are not.
That's even worse to me though. If you don't even have no real intention or you don't even know what the hell you're saying, that's so anti-intellectual.
Well, the issue is Kanye, I think he's very brilliant, but I also think he's dealing with some unaddressed mental health issues.
That is true.
Not one.
How many lashes would Kanye get?
Kanye would probably get... I'm still working on...
Jesus. When does this race loyalty stuff go from base, strengthening your community, to cringe separatism? I feel like in the past 5 years, I feel like that type of rhetoric has gotten way more extreme. I think it's probably always been there. I don't have the... I just don't have the community familiarity, but I know there's always been weird Islamic stuff for black prison communities. I know that black rappers used to talk about Allah and shit a lot. So I'm sure there's been some kind of weird separatist sentiment that's kind of always been there, but it feels like over the past 5 years, it feels like it's gotten way more.
You know what I mean? Love you, buddy.
It feels like it's gotten way more mainstream. To where younger black people are saying, or you'll see it pop up on social media and shit a lot more. But yeah, it's hard for me just because because I'm not in those communities. It's hard for me to know, is it more popular now or is it just more on social media now? And so I see it, I'm not sure. I don't know. Is Islam really big in black communities? It used to be a big thing in black communities. There was I only know this because I would hear it referenced in is it West Coast rap, gangster rap songs from the 90s and 2000s and shit. I think Ice Cube, people would talk about oh yeah, I publicly say shit about Allah and you hide it and blah blah blah. I feel like I heard it referenced enough. That's literally my only exposure to it, is that it would get brought up in fucking in older rap songs and shit a lot. Is it East Coast rap? Yeah, I don't know. And then I know that in black prison communities, I think that Islam is a really big thing. But for whiter culture, you never really see it talked about ever. I think there's always the impression that black people are Christians, I guess. So yeah, that's a culture that I don't know much about, because obviously I don't intersect with that culture a lot. It goes back to black separatist stuff with Malcolm X and the Muslim Brotherhood. Oh, sure, yeah. But even like Muslim Brotherhood stuff and how popular that got. And I've always heard like a few like radical names are kind of like thrown out. But I never know exactly. It's hard to know like how much of a percentage of the population is like drafted into it. I have no idea. You got the prison thing from Shkreli, didn't you? He might have mentioned that, but no, it's been a thing for quite a while. Wait, not Muslim Brotherhood. It was Nation of Islam. Okay, whatever weird. I don't even know if Nation of Islam is actually Islam. At some day we're gonna like watch a bunch of videos on this shit because I need to sort through all this old, like weird fucking crazy black like religious separatist movement shit. For Nation of Islam, like Hoteps, like all of that. There's like a lot of history and stuff that I'm completely ignorant about. It is, but it's very removed from mainstream Islam. Okay, gotcha. Elon Musk takes aim. Top immunologist prosecute fat. Yeah, he's just fucking unhinged on Twitter. Talking to my barber about this, and yeah, it ties into that, but it mainly feeds into the notion that in America, black people will never gain equality, so they're better off separating. Yeah. Do you agree at all with the anti-interracial stuff? Nope. I think it's weird. I wonder what has changed. Disagreeing with my puritanist anti-gender conspiracy makes you a pedophile. Your argument is dumb. You're a moron and a fucking retard. This bridge is burned. Disagreeing with my puritanist anti-degeneracy conspiracy makes you a pedophile. No, chat. She's just being a silly little girl. She's an ally. You're all just retarded incels. You hate her because she's a woman and that's it. Yes, LGBT genocide is happening, but Shoe's conspiracies are harmless, guys. Let me explain. Nice. What is this picture? What is happening here? Jesus Christ. Oh boy.
About the creepy Balenciaga photo shoot you may have heard of, how I helped accidentally kick off Balenciaga Gate, the bizarre defenses of the photo shoot, and how I lost friends over it. No, I'm not joking. This is going to be a wild one, so get comfy, get cozy. I made you some hot chocolate. Look, it's got marshmallows in it.
Oh my god, that's the picture, guys.
So for those of you who don't know, because I sure as hell did not before all of this, Balenciaga is a high-end fashion clothing brand that sells ugly shit like this for thousands of dollars. I personally do not buy Balenciaga clothing. I am not a filthy capitalist. I buy my clothes on Amazon, like a good socialist. Anyway, the company is currently under fire for their new holiday collection photo shoot. And when you see these photos, you will probably understand why. One was a little girl on a couch with a very worried, sad look on her face, surrounded by alcohol and holding a teddy bear.
I like how they've censored her face. Oh my god, dude. Who cares? All right.
A teddy bear that was wearing a full BDSM harness. There was other pictures of the girl laying on the couch.
Holy
as well
shit!
As another shot of another sad little girl on the bed, surrounded by Balenciaga items, chains, and a whole ass leash. A little weird, a little sussy. Like the pictures just gave you bad vibes. But anyway, to make things even worse, right on their homepage, right next to that photo shoot, was a photo of a purse on a desk. Seems normal, right? But the only visible paper sticking out from under the purse, the only piece of paper with any text on it, conveniently right there, was a court case related to child pornography. Creepy.
Fucking god.
Coincidentally, 2 days before this all hit the internet, Balenciaga left Twitter. Not only did they delete their Twitter account, but they deleted every single photo off of their Instagram page.
Holy shit.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
So I actually found all of this out because I saw a TikTok on my Twitter timeline by the streamer Brittany Venti, and she was talking about this. And I couldn't believe it, so I went to Balenciaga's website, and lo and behold, it was real.
What?
The creepy photo shoots, the CP document, everything was right there. So I made my own tweet about it, and this tweet winded up absolutely popping off. I had no idea the entire internet started talking about it because once a tweet of mine starts to blow up, I just mute it and just move on with my day. My tweet was all over mainstream media. New York Post even called me a, quote, eagle-eyed social media watchdog.
Damn. Daniel?
This spiraled completely out of control. People were burning their Balenciaga items, making rap songs against Balenciaga.
Now I burn Balenciaga. They keep coming for our kids, now we need to follow.
Oh, the Bryson guy.
Even vandalizing Balenciaga stores. Also, just so everyone knows, I am not suicidal. Just in case news comes out that I was found.
Do you think this is Balenciaga's intention to create controversy as marketing, but it majorly backfired? Well, either one of two things happen. Either it is a satanic child raping cult whose goal is to signal subtly to the other pedophiles of the world that they are indeed child rapists and they want everyone to join in child rape. Or it was probably some advertising agency that was way too fucking edgy and retarded and did stupid shit that was way too edgy and retarded. One of those two things is true. I'm gonna go with the satanic sex cult shit because I'm pretty sure Hillary Clinton was the one that kicked all that off. So,
found with 3 designer bullets in the back of my head, and I don't think Brittany Venti is either. So if either of us, we do not have information that will lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton. The best part about this though has to be I was fact-checked by Twitter, and this is what they said. Although Shoe often makes comments to cause amusement or laughter, this is an authentic Balenciaga marketing photograph. It contains an excerpt from the U.S. Supreme Court opinion in United States v. Williams, which upheld a part of federal child pornography law. I've never seen one of these fact-checker things just be like, fact-check true. I know Shoe likes to get...
I feel like that is subtly such an unbelievable self-report that it's like, okay, so you've never read a fact-checker ever in your entire life? You just read like what conservative media says about them? Or what do you mean you've never heard a fact-checker say fact-check true before? I wonder why that's your takeaway opinion of them.
A little silly, but she's actually serious this time. I also love that it just says Shoe.
But some company management had to greenlight it. Bro, when company management greenlight shit, they don't look into every single fucking aspect of a thing before they sign off on it. Like, it's so funny because people act like they must have like personally vetted every single part of the text. They probably just some dude looked at the ad, said, oh, okay, it looks good, doesn't violate any obvious shit, and then passed it off. Like there are old animators and stuff that literally talk about getting shit by the censors and whatnot. Am I thinking of a Sonic cartoon or a Mario cartoon or some comic where there's like an actual insane fucking cutout from like a crazy pornographic BDSM like Mickey Mouse comic on the wall behind the... What am I thinking of? It might have been an old Disney thing. What am I thinking of? There was like a crazy, I'm not gonna be able to remind it. Or I'm not gonna be able to remember it. I don't remember. But it was like a cutout from a comic where like if you knew the source of the comic, you were like, holy shit. Monsters Inc? Yeah, I don't remember. But regardless. Yeah, I mean, I seriously doubt they see every single thing that goes through. They probably just like sign off on it.
Twitter and I are just on a first name basis now. Now you're probably asking, Shoe, why would a high-end fashion brand pull this like Where's Waldo shit? Well, there are a few theories. The most obvious one is to just look edgy and subversive. Nothing like a good old controversy to get eyes on your brand. The other theory is that this is just a little wink, a little nod to the other freaks in the industry. Think the Wilhelm scream, but for like little St. James tourists. Finally, Balenciaga, the brand itself, came out and apologized. We sincerely apologize for any offense our holiday campaign may have caused. Our plush bear bags should have not been featured with children in this campaign. We have immediately removed the campaign from all platforms.
I like that Destiny added BDSM into that picture in his memory. It's just a naked lady. I like that you're so innocent that you think that it only happened one time ever and there's only one example of it. That's very cute.
We apologize for displaying unsettling documents in our campaign. We take this matter very seriously and are taking legal action against the parties responsible for creating the set and including unapproved items for our spring campaign photo shoot. We strongly condemn abuse of children in any form. We stand for children's safety and well-being.
So
With
brave.
Balenciaga facing a firestorm over a series of disturbing new ads, all eyes and ears were on their highest profile partner for comment. Kim finally released a statement on Sunday calling herself disgusted and outraged.
Meanwhile, her ex-husband, Kanye West, after going on InfoWars and saying, quote, "There are a lot of things I love about Hitler," ran defense for Balenciaga.
And now all of a sudden, everyone is so outraged and focused on Balenciaga, but then we're still aborting our kids. We're still fornicating. But we don't wear Balenciaga now. You shut the hell up.
So fellow paranoid schizophrenics started digging and found more creepy things in the photos from Balenciaga. And this has spiraled into a much bigger conspiracy. This is the thing with conspiracies though, they're always rabbit holes. When there's so many things that are unexplained about the world and people just kind of feel helpless and powerless, people understandably start to look for answers elsewhere. And a lot of people took this Balenciaga thing as just kind of the rich and powerful doing what they do in secret.
Holy shit. Did somebody write that for her? Or was that actually insightful commentary by June about an actual, like, where conspiracies and shit come from?
Now out in the open. Do I think this is some kind of Pizzagate thing where Balenciaga's like hiding children in their basement? Do I think they are literally trafficking children? I don't think that. I don't know that. I've never claimed to know that. What I do know is that this is a huge fuck up from a billion-dollar company. And when a billion-dollar company fucks up, who better to come to their defense than the progressive left? Can we stop pretending Shoe is an ally yet? Shoe0nHead belongs in a prison cell for hate speech. Shoe herself is basically a terrorist enabler at this point. You are a Nazi. Shoe is literally just a Nazi. Yeah, Shoe is a Nazi. Shoe0nHead is a fascist and a danger to our community. This is your daily reminder that Shoe0nHead is a Nazi. I'm sick of Shoe0nHead. She needs to go. No more. I think that if a button to deplatform her existed, we should push it this instant. Do you think reporting her vids would do anything? Hate speech and all? How about we mass report her Twitter? Fuck Shoe. This crosses a line. Shoe is a cum dump enabler for fascist violence.
Jesus.
Who'd expected anything else from a Nazi bimbo hag? She's fundamentally the enemy and should always be treated as such. People like Shoe and Matt Walsh are the types of people I believe committing acts of violence against is morally justified. Now, I just need to make this clear that this is in no way a representation of the entire left online. Most of the people who follow me are left-wing, and they agreed that, yeah, this photo shoot was really weird. The people who are mad about this are from a pretty small bubble, but nevertheless, lo and behold, I was apparently canceled. Now, I use the term canceled sort of sarcastically because I really wasn't canceled. It's kind of impossible to cancel me in general because I have 4 different fan bases and they all hate each other and me. My post had absolutely nothing to do with LGBT people. The Balenciaga thing in general had nothing to do with LGBT people. Where did this come from? This guy took a random response to my tweet and implied I was responsible for someone else's opinion and therefore fueling hate crimes against gay people. I'm just confused how Balenciaga posting an ad of kids holding stuffed animals and fetish gear turned into LGBT groomer discourse. Did I miss something? Look at the quote tweets and replies to her tweet thread from her followers. I have 500,000 followers on Twitter. I have over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I am not the retard wrangler. There were a few people, not that many, who took my tweet and ran with their own narrative of it. I cannot control the opinions of other people. And a lot of these people aren't even in my audience. They're just random people on Twitter who found my tweet because it went viral. That is how a public forum works. If someone is egregiously being homophobic or harassing people in my replies, I'll just block them. I mean this with the most respect possible. Posting this a day after a homophobic terror attack that happened because the trans drag groomer scare comes off in very bad taste. I think choosing to bring this to light right after the shooting is phenomenally poor taste. Shoe0nHead throwing queers under the bus right after a mass shooting to cater to her homophobic audience. There was a mass shooting in a gay club in Colorado a few days before this Balenciaga thing broke. And because there was a shooting at a gay nightclub, I can't talk about pedophilia? What? To shitpost the LGBT community on Trans Day of Remembrance is so disrespectful, I don't even know what to say.
Not the Trans Day of Remembrance.
Vibe as criticizing veterans on Veterans Day. Let me get this straight. Criticizing a fashion brand for pedobaiting on Trans Day of Remembrance is the same as criticizing veterans on Veterans Day? Bro, you don't even need the far right at this point. You're doing their job for them. What the f? If the issue they have with all of this is that I shouldn't be talking about this at a time—
Okay, I don't know if I can watch 20 minutes of this.